Have you ever noticed how one simple compliment can completely shift the way a woman looks at you? Not the usual "you're pretty" type of compliment, but the kind that makes her pause, smile differently, and suddenly see you in a whole new light. That's the difference between generic words and compliments that touch her emotions. When done right, these compliments don't just make her feel good for a moment, they make her feel deeply recognized, which is the foundation of attraction. Women hear surface-level flattery all the time. Nice dress. You look great today. You're beautiful. These are fine, but they're predictable. And because they're predictable, they fade from her memory almost instantly. What truly makes her fall for you are compliments that go deeper, that reveal you're paying attention not just to her looks, but to her personality, her energy, and her essence. Hi, I'm Sarah, and welcome back to Be Feminine. Let's break down the 7 compliments that hold real psychological power, the ones that can actually make a woman feel a magnetic pull toward you. And remember, these only work if you're sincere, because authenticity is what gives a compliment its weight. Compliment number 1, her mind and intelligence. Most men focus entirely on appearance, but women crave to be recognized for more than just looks. When you compliment her intelligence, her creativity, or her way of thinking, you instantly stand out. You might say, "I love how you explain things. It makes everything so much clearer." Or, "The way you think about problems is really impressive." This kind of compliment is powerful because it shows you're not just interested in her outer beauty, you respect her inner world. Psychologically, this taps into her self-identity, which is far more meaningful than a shallow comment about makeup or clothes. Women feel valued when someone appreciates their mind, because it tells them they bring more to the table than just physical attraction. That's what creates emotional resonance. And here's a key detail. When you give this compliment, it should come in the middle of a conversation, not randomly. If she shares an idea, offers a perspective, or explains something passionately, that's the perfect moment to recognize her mind. She will remember that you noticed what others usually ignore. Compliments about intelligence also create respect, and respect is one of the strongest building blocks of attraction. A woman who feels admired for her thoughts starts to see you as someone who values depth, and that sets you apart immediately. Compliment number 2, her energy and presence. Every person carries a certain energy into a room, and women are especially sensitive to how others perceive theirs. Most men overlook this completely, which is why pointing it out can be so impactful. When you say something like, "I always feel calmer when I'm around you," or "You bring such positive energy with you," you're complimenting not her looks, but the way she makes people feel. That's incredibly attractive. Psychologically, this type of compliment speaks to her emotional influence. It tells her that she's more than her appearance. She has a vibe, an aura, that changes the atmosphere around her. This makes her feel powerful in a subtle way, because it acknowledges her ability to affect your emotions without even trying. Few men ever highlight this, so when you do, you immediately stand out. The key here is sincerity. Don't force the words. Notice the way her laughter changes the mood, or how her calmness makes stressful moments easier, and then let her know. When a woman realizes you're sensitive to her presence and the effect she has on you, it strengthens the bond between you. It makes her feel recognized on a deeper emotional level, and attraction grows in that space. Compliment number 3, her uniqueness. Another powerful compliment that makes women fall for you is pointing out something unique about her that others likely miss. Women don't want to feel like they're just another face in the crowd. They want to feel one of a kind, and when you express that, you tap into a hidden desire. The psychology here is simple. When a woman hears a compliment about something specific, she feels seen, not just looked at. Most men notice only what's obvious: her hair, her dress, her smile. But when you highlight something subtle and personal, she knows you've been paying close attention. That creates intimacy. And here's the deeper truth. Attraction isn't about making grand declarations. It's about making her feel valued for who she really is. By noticing what makes her different, you show that she's not replaceable in your eyes. That uniqueness compliment hits her on an emotional level, and it lingers far longer than any standard "you're beautiful" ever could. So while many men are competing for her attention with surface-level flattery, you'll be the one pointing out, "You have this way of making every room feel lighter. That's not something you see every day." Statements like that are powerful because they recognize the parts of her identity she treasures most, the parts she wishes more people would notice. Compliment number 4, her strength and resilience. Women often carry responsibilities that no one fully sees, and very few people stop to appreciate their strength. When you say, "I really admire how strong you are in handling challenges," or "the way you stay composed under pressure is impressive," it hits differently. This shows you value her resilience, not just her softness. Psychologically, it tells her that you see the effort behind her confidence. Attraction deepens when a woman feels recognized for both her vulnerability and her strength, because it makes her feel safe and respected with you. Compliment number 5, her passion. There's something magnetic about a woman talking about what she loves: her work, her art, her hobbies, or even small things that light her up. Instead of just listening, compliment the way she expresses her passion. You might say, "I love how your eyes light up when you talk about this," or "Your enthusiasm makes me want to know more." This works because it connects you to her emotions. Psychology shows that when someone's passion is validated, they associate those good feelings with the person who noticed. That association builds attraction naturally, without force. Compliment number 6, her individuality. Every woman wants to feel that she stands apart from others. When you say something like, "There's something rare about the way you carry yourself," or "I've never met anyone quite like you," you're affirming her individuality. This isn't about looks, it's about identity. Psychologically, this taps into her need to feel unique and irreplaceable. The moment she senses you see her as different from everyone else, she starts to value your attention more because you've placed her in a special category no one else occupies. Compliment number 7, the comfort she brings. One of the most overlooked but powerful compliments is about how she makes you feel emotionally. Telling her, "You make it so easy to be myself around you," or "I feel at peace when I'm with you," goes straight to the core of attraction. Women want to know that their presence adds value beyond appearance. Psychologically, this creates a bond because it acknowledges her emotional impact, something much deeper than physical charm. When she feels she can bring you comfort and ease, she naturally feels closer, and attraction grows in that safety. So now, you've seen the 7 types of compliments that carry real weight with women. Notice how none of them were shallow or generic. Each one targeted something deeper: her intelligence, her energy, her uniqueness, her strength, her passion, her individuality, and the comfort she brings. Together, these form a powerful framework because they speak to who she truly is, not just how she looks. The psychology here is simple. Women fall for men who notice what others overlook. When you point out the qualities that matter most to her sense of identity, you make her feel seen, valued, and understood. That's why these compliments work. They bypass the surface and connect directly to her emotions. But remember, the secret isn't just in the words, it's in the sincerity behind them. If you throw out these compliments without genuine feeling, they'll sound hollow. But if you really notice her, really appreciate her, and then express it in the right moment, the impact is unforgettable. Women remember how you make them feel, and the right compliment creates a memory that lingers. At the end of the day, Attraction is not built on grand gestures, it's built on small, consistent moments where you make her feel special. And nothing does that better than a compliment that speaks to her soul. Use these 7 wisely, and you won't just make a woman smile. For a moment, you'll create a connection she carries with her long after the words are spoken. And if you found this video valuable, make sure to give it a like. It really helps the channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe to Be Feminine for more insights into female psychology and attraction secrets that most men never learn. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these compliments you've used before or which one you're excited to try next. Your story might inspire someone else. Until next time, remember, the smallest words, when spoken with sincerity, often make the biggest impact.